Example 4, we want to finding a high-order derivative from a pattern. We want to find the 27th derivative of the cosine of x. What we want to do is we want to find the first few derivatives of f of x, which is equal to the cosine of x. So let's do that. So the first derivative, we would say that f prime of x. So the derivative of the cosine of x we know is the negative sine of x. Okay, now we want to find the second derivative. So the second derivative is, what's the derivative of sine of x? Well, it's going to be negative cosine of x. Okay, let's find a third derivative. So if we find the derivative of negative cosine of x, well, it's going to be a negative times a negative cosine of x, which is going to be positive sine of x. Okay, now we want to find the fourth derivative of x. Well, the fourth derivative of sine of x is the cosine of x. Okay, now what is the fifth derivative of x? Well, the fifth derivative of the cosine of x gives us the negative sine of x. Okay, so is there a pattern here? Negative sine of x, negative cosine of x, sine of x, cosine of x. And then we start over again, and the fifth derivative is negative sine of x. So what that tells us here is that we see that the successive derivatives occur in a cycle of length 4. And in particular, the nth derivative of x, which is equal to the cosine of x, whenever n is a multiple of 4. So therefore, we can say that, okay, well, if we found the 24th derivative of x, we know that that's going to be the cosine of x from the fourth step up here. Okay, so if we differentiate again, so if we find, okay, the 25th derivative of x, then what do we know? It's going to give us negative sine of x. And then what is the 26th derivative of x? Well, the derivative of negative sine of x is negative cosine of x. And then therefore, the 27th derivative of x is going to be the sine of x. And so therefore, there is your result.